Oh, welcome back.
After 6 minutes of whoring.
Indeed. Because you know me, I love to abuse the shit out of Gigolo.
Yeah.
And I know you're not going to see it in my playthrough here, thanks to Johnny's wonderful editing. But you're going to want to do that yourself when you have Zealous. Granted, it's pretty much sexist and kind of misdemeaning in a way. Because it shows like a powerful message that you can con any woman out of anything if you look good enough.
Demeaning to Zelos.
Demeaning to women.
Demeaning to, well,
Both Zealous and women.
both Zelos and women, yeah.
Still, because you're for items, so I can't really bitch.
Well, remember, there's also some women that just pay him the gold to get the fuck out of here. It's like,
There's that too.
Would
We
you
show
please, if
that
I
off
give you
later.
this, would you go away?
Exactly. And now that Collect can talk again, I start naming dogs.
Name the dog Chibi.
Chirby.
No, I think that was definitely
Chibi. If I'm using Dynasty Warriors pronunciation, which is getting more accurate to basic Chinese pronunciation, it was Chirby.
How late are we talking to this Dynasty Warriors?
7.
7? Okay, I would trust the translation more of 7 than, say, 3 or 4.
3 was Chibi.
3 was No, because I always pronounced it as Chibi, too.
I did too.
I
did too up until 7.
Then I started questioning myself when they called the other guy Cal P.
Calpy.
Okay, I'll take your word for that one. But the items Mac got were pretty standard compared to were previous whoring sessions.
And there's going to be more whoring to come. Meanwhile, Ninja Kuchinawa. This one here is a childhood friend of Sheena.
So we're in the institute. What are we here to learn?
We're here to learn about nothing. We're just here to get some assistance from the lab people. And I swear, being in a town like Tokyo, then seeing people like Sheena or Kuchinawa come into my lab would kind of freak me out a bit. But nobody bats an eye to it. Hey, we get our ship.
Like a boat?
Cargo ship, yeah.
The elemental cargo.
I don't know why they call it that, it's just EC. Now it's pretty much like a shipping boat. So where he has packages. The elemental cargo, this is kind of one of those phone on did it sort of things.
It's different compared to other. No, I don't think.
It's a game that tries to create like an in-universe explanation for why your ship suddenly goes away whenever you go back on the dry land.
It has feelings. It doesn't like being neglected.
Unfortunately for me, the elemental cargo is a colossal pain in the ass to use.
Why is that?
It just handles hard. It's just hard to handle.
How do you fuck up bolt controls?
You'd be surprised.
So it's no tiny Bronco, I'd imagine.
No, it's no tiny Bronco. For one, yeah, it's no tiny Bronco. However, we don't have to have an abusive wife beater on it, so even trade.
Yeah. Man, it used to be a plane, and it was relegated to boat. If that doesn't make a man's penis shrink, I don't know what does.
Anyway, now we gotta go to Zealous' mansion. Probably for a night of rest.
Zealous is a mansion?
Yeah, he's the chosen, which is right up there with King Powers. There are things in the circle. There are things circling the. Hey, I got rare pellets. I decided to whore myself off to the female lab before I leave. Yeah, maybe slip these in my thong.
Thank you, Professor. So, what are you doing tonight?
I also kind of remember the rules of gigoloing here a bit too late, so Zealous ends up trying to whore off the people he already whored off to.
Are you not entertained?
Hell no. I need some more energy tablets.
I did all that whoring and I'm spent. I need energy.
Come on, Lloyd. The spirit's willing, but the flesh is bruised.
Received rare pellets.
Well, jizzle one. You. This here's Sebastian, just his butler, and that's about it. I was instructed by his pope to I love that one. I was supposed to turn you into the pope. Ignore that. Okay. And who's the guest?
Don't do that where you're fired.
My bud. And Sebastian never gets this right. Lloyd is now Sir Bud. My name's not Bud.
Your Highness, Sir Little Turd,
Sir Little
please
Turd.
make yourselves at home.
Here's where we can find some more character interactions here. And Genus tries to strike off something with Presea. You are pretty too. Admittedly, Presea has such a dry wit. It's fucking hilarious. As thus, Genus has entered the awkward zone. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the Wonder Chef.
What, the painting or
The flowers. This smells nice. I thought I could light up the fireplace. Mylene Wilder. Mylene Wilder. Sadly, a plot point I can't resolve because I don't get my compatibility with Zealous high enough, but...
Oh, a side quest?
Well... Zealous is like a lake that's about 4 meters wide and 2,000 meters deep.
Jesus.
He's a really deep character. Unfortunately, you gotta get his relationship values up high to find out why he's really fucked up in the head. Spoiler alert, Zealous is fucked up in the head.
Well, I'd imagine the womanizing persona that he has is the result of a superiority complex.
Yeah, I guess. So...
This motherfucker has no idea.
You don't. So now that I've had a day of rest, I think I can whore again. Nope. Just what are you thinking? Hey, honey. And he just thrusts his pelvis right at
My
her.
erection does not oblige.
I am the chosen. Want to see why? I'm not just the chosen of Sathayala. I'm the chosen among men.
You got restraining order.
Exactly. So I go back to the elemental research laboratory, and I realize I can't whore again. Damn you, Zells. Everything's ready to go. Kuchinawa already has the EC, though. Huh. The artificial beach on the right side. I'll find out. This is our fanny pack for the EC.
Oh, so it's like a thing.
Phonons did it.
Okay, if we want to say.
Well, Mana did it.
No, I'm just trying to make compared to something that people can understand, and the first thing I thought of was capsules, like in Dragon Ball.
Yeah, sure.
You click the thing, throw it out. There you go. You got a boat.
Provided everybody watches Dragon Ball, yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Corinne comes out here and has nothing nice to say for these fuckers. Say goodbye to everyone. They weren't...
Fuck you!
What? I was where Corinne packed on some smokes. Meanwhile, Corinne just sort of flexes his ass right on the woman over there, which is a damn shame. Corinne was their first experiment.
Yeah. This is where he was developed, wasn't he?
Yeah. Then you find out how he was developed, and it's kind of gross.
Oh.
Well, you don't find out exactly. They don't. It's like DCAU in that sense. They show you. They don't show you how he was made, but they'll pretty much tell you in words and let you use your imagination.
Yeah.
God, we need a new DCAU so bad.
Yeah, my feelings are pretty similar on that myself.
Sounds a lot more reliable than Watch Doves. I would have been pissed off if they gave us just fucking Watch Doves this all over. Lloyd would have had a really creative use of his twin swords, or we would have been really using Houdini creatively. Then again, that is just a byproduct of Silveron's mana declining, so they have no access to the Magi technology, so what can you really do? Here's something fun. Quick jumps! Instead of having to go back through the sewer level, once you complete it, you can easily hit the quick jump function, just go right through it.
What did you hit were you at the entrance of a sewer?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just talking to the little boy. He gives you a quick jump. I was like, what the fuck is the relevance?
He gives you like a heave-ho with his two hands. Ready? And I just have to take a picture.
Such a magnificent bridge.
Yeah. 3,000 human lives that went into that. Here's something the camera kind of fucks with. You want to be able to see this innately, you have to actually go off to the right.
Well, I mean, she did say to the right, so...
Right.
I mean...
It's locked.
Yeah, right.
So now we gotta pick the lock.
That was easy.
It did.
Makes you wonder what the point of the lock was. Well, no,
To keep other people out!
No. I know why they do this in terms of... No, I know why they do this in terms of story elements. They're establishing that Lloyd's a good lockpicker.
So why is the gate locked in the first place?
Yeah.
Because Lloyd's not the only person in the world.
There's no reason for that lock to be there.
Yes, it is, because
No.
it helps it keeps other people out. Lloyd was just there so he
I'm
could pick the
talking
lock.
in terms of a narrative.
Yeah, it is.
That scene exists to show us that Lloyd is a good lockpicker, and I bet you. Don't
No.
tell me if I'm right or wrong, because I don't want. It's just an assumption. You don't have to say I'm right or wrong. That, in terms of a narrative, shows me that Lloyd is a lockpicker, which means at some point or another that's going to come in handy to save his ass or someone else.
Nope.
Okay.
All that the scene shows is that, besides, you have to remember that when you're creating a video game world, you're not just creating it solely because for these 8 characters. There's also the other inhabitants of the world too. The gate was to be locked to keep other people out until other workers come here.
You're thinking in terms of the world. I'm thinking in terms of the plot.
Right. The world is right. We are part of the world. I'm looking for treasure.
With fire.
Hadouken!
Yeah, go, boat. Oh no, boat, what happened? Miracles, Genus.
And there's more clumsy foreshadowing. Rain didn't have to say anything. The ellipses would have been fine. It fits inside. Okay.
Do it again. They spent a good 5 hours just doing that.
Nah, probably about 10 minutes. You know, Lloyd gets bored.
So Rain felt that she's seen this before. You know,
Yeah.
because she said it out loud.
Which, again, is really clumsy foreshadowing.
It's better than a fucking wash boat.
So the wash tubs would have been funnier.
Yeah. the EC is just 3 wash tubs.
Oh, fuck. 4.
Okay, yeah, I got it.
Now we got a charm from Kuchinawa. We can't equip it, but I guess it's a good luck charm we hold on for safekeeping. This is what you use summon spirits for, kids. You have to imagine Houdini feeling a little undignified about it.
What, is she pretty much the equivalent? She's our engine?
Yes.
Alright, so that's why it's
Dude,
called-
that's one part of the plot of the game here. We're trying to get our other summon spirit to become our lightning engine.
She's our fucking car battery.
Exactly. So now we can use the EC to get onto the we can go from like one part to another. We can go from one island to another, provided they have a port.
Okay, I just read the instructions right there. The X is your acceleration.
Right.
You use the left analog stick to turn left and right, but you use the right analog stick to go up or down.
Yeah, you can use either or. It don't matter.
It's a stick shift.
Exactly. Now here's the thing. You see those like light reefs?
Mm-hmm.
Cargo can't get past that.
To shallow water.
Yeah. It's like the submarine from 7.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I also get a bit lost here because I'm looking for the other I'm looking for the other dock, and I kind of misjudged what the hell I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, considering the barrier reef.
You would think it would be so much easier, but I can't make it out too well.
Well, no, I'm looking at the map. Your barrier reef, you have a very limited capacity with the EC at this point in time.
Right.
You can't go very far. I think they probably did that on purpose so you don't stray too far from the main path.
You're eventually going to have to do that, though, so I don't hold it against the game. Because if you're going to tell any sort of coherent story within your game, especially with JRPGs, you're essentially going to have to railroad the player. Otherwise, you end up with something like Shadow the Hedgehog, where its narrative is completely all over the fucking place.
I think it depends on the general size of the world, because you remember back in Final Fantasy IV, they gave you the Enterprise pretty early in the game, and they expect you to go to this one area, but nothing's stopping you from going to like the town below Baron to get silver equipment. There's nothing stopping you from going from the Evelyn Castle and getting that shit from the Ninja Castle.
But that's also because those areas won't necessarily give you It's also because those areas aren't necessarily important story-wise yet, or at that point in time.
But also 4's world it's not as big as Tetheala, so
Yeah.
it's not detrimental to the storytelling, because you know, you're not going to be there for very long anyway.
Here, Zealous admits to having a lot of jealousy for Colette being so upstanding about her role to be a sacrifice. I think it's also implied because Tethayala already has advanced knowledge about this kind of shit that Zealous knows what he's in for.
Well, Zelos, I mean, yeah, he's this world's chosen, but did he just start his duties as the chosen one?
I can't spoil that. I'll explain that later.
Because you know, again, yeah, we're just in Tethayala at this point in time, but you know, it doesn't look like Zelos went through any of the trials that Colette did.
Nope.
No angel wings, no loss of appetite. He can tell from hot and cold coffee.
Right. Basically, the world. Basically, nobody's done anything in the temples yet. Actually, there is a reason for that, though. I will show that off later.
Well, isn't it because Tethayalas were giving all the mana recently? So
right. So basically, Tethayala still has most of the mana, regardless, because the Chosen's regeneration was never completed. Yeah. Sylveron's still being deprived of mana.
Well, no, I thought the only reason why the Chosen went on the pilgrimage to begin with was because to get the mana back. You know, if Tethayala has all the mana, there's no reason to go on a pilgrimage.
Right. So Zelos has been pretty much just lax about it.
So is Zelos the result of what Colette did?
Huh?
Is Zelos being the Chosen and him embarking on his journey the result of what Colette did in Sylveron?
That's usually how the process works, right? Yeah. Basically, around this time, if Colette had completed her pilgrimage, Zelos would have been forced to go on his.
Yeah.
But due to most of the other Chosen prior to Colette failing, Tethayala prospered quite a long time.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Kratos just struck down Lloyd.
I merely speak the truth.
You punk bitch.
I would like to imagine Kratos just looked at him and went,
If you wish to live, you must remove that worthless key crest.
Eat my dick!
I'm never taking it off. Lloyd gave this to me.
Foolish sentiments.
Huh.
He wasn't after Colette?
Yeah, maybe he was just here to read a book.
SOB, talking as if he knows everything.
While we're on the subject of ways of talking, why don't you do something about the vulgar language?
That's creepy.
Anyway, Lloyd, we must go see this Kate person.
Yeah, let's get going.
Boring!
But first...
First, we named doggies.
Chappy.
And now the whoring. Hello, my beloved. Slipped out of my thong.
She put it in my ass crack.
Forcefully.
Nature's pocket.
Zealous, I need a little extra gold for that sword. Hang on, bud. Ah!
Well, actually, you don't spend very long whoring here anyway, so...
Not this time, anyway.
That's why I leave this in.
Energy tablets. Unless I think I mentioned this in an earlier part when I first started whoring them off. If you don't whore yourself with Zealous, you're essentially not going to find energy tablets easily. So you're going to want them. I'm pretty much going to need them for a boss I'm going to fight later on in the game.
What do energy tablets do again?
Restore the entire party's health by 30%.
Okay. Well, yeah, they're heal-alls. I remember you asking that earlier. Yeah.
If you use a rune bottle on the energy tablets, you'll get something called a treat, which is 30% TP to all allies. I just got an item here. I just used it on the Sage though to give me red Sage, which will increase my maximum HP by 10%. Very helpful for the mages.
Oh, so it's a permanent HP boost.
Booyah.
Nice. And 10%, that's not bad.
It really is pretty good. Meanwhile, I come to the shop here, if I can afford anything.
I'm not interested in your services, Zelos.
Hey, honey. Dude. Too bad I don't have the Yosefune on me outside. Totally give me the Kotetsu. But the sword I got on him now is going to be just fine for the dungeon he's going in, for the dungeon Lloyd's going into, because I think it does more damage to plants or the undead. Or I can just buy it. I'm not too crazy about the pointed hat, really, so I just I just buy the sword.
Is it because you're going to find something better soon, pretty soon?
No, because I still have the Cleric's Hat for HP regeneration. And the defense boost you get from the pointed hat pales comparison to that.
You rather have something that just restores your HP.
Well, like, yes and no. I eventually do shelve the cleric hats.
Yeah.
But like I said, for now, if the defense bust is like very minimal compared to what I get now for the cleric hat, I may as well keep the cleric hat.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Doggy.
It's a bit of a
Whoring.
It's a bit of a conundrum that you run into in some games where you don't want to necessarily replace the older hat with an older piece of armor for something because you like the older piece of armor's stat boost or special abilities.
Right.
Compared to the one that just gives you a better buff and stats entirely.
Right. So now we talk to Kate and we try to whore him off. Told you so.
She's creating a Crucius Crystal in her butt?
What she it's the Angelus project. Crucius crystal farming, so to speak. Now, the X-Sphere itself is nothing special, but it just has a special key crest on it. And the key crest that Presea has delays the X-Sphere's parasitic process. That's basically what a guy in the comments mentioned earlier, where I screwed up explaining entirely. I thank you for correcting me on that one. Person I can't remember the name to.
But you're here with us in our hearts.
The parasitic infection. So basically, subdued emotions is one of Presea's problems because the Crucius Crystal has a fully matured.
Yeah. So in a sense, it's a similar thing.
It's a similar thing Colette's been going through, except I think there's also different symptoms to it, or different side effects like Presea experiences compared to Colette, because Presea is also suffering from a different debilitation compared to Colette, which we'll find out later.
Well, it's kind of like she's sort of semi-suffering from the last problem that Colette had, was that, well, you know, when Colette completed the transformation, she was complete mute. Absolute robot.
Presea is just a robot.
Yeah, Presea is an emotionless, but she can still communicate, unlike Colette, who didn't say a goddamn thing, hence all the Bender-Girder jokes.
Right.
You know? But, so she's going through similar things what Colette did, albeit at different points in time and with different effects.
Right.
But the end result will be the same.
Exactly. So now we have to get, So now, because her key crest is something special, we have to go find Altessa. So this was kind of a time sink. Could there be a connection between the Pope and designs? Yeah, why not?
Gotta have everything come together at some point.
Indeed. That's world building. So now we're done in Cyback again.
Whore.
I totally want to. If I could, I'd whore Zealous off to every person in the goddamn game. But I can't.
Even the
So we're
goddess
done
Martel.
Huh?
Even the goddess Martel.
Even the goddess Martel. Hey, honey. She blushes. You get EX Gem Max.
You got New Game Plus.
There's something to be said about choosing to nickname your friend a klutz.
She also gets Genius Researcher.
No, that's the special title you get from DLC. Not DLC. If you have like save file from your other games, you can get a special costume for your Symphonia characters.
Yeah,
I think Genius. I forgot what Genius Researcher turns her into. Someone in the comments will tell me because I don't remember what it looked like.
I did some research on the costumes earlier at some point in between editing parts.
Did she happen to have pink hair?
I don't recall some of them. The one that immediately caught my eye, she gets a Lloyd costume.
Huh?
She gets a Lloyd costume. Colette.
Oh.
I don't know what the stipulation for that is, but yeah, she's pretty much a Rule 63 Lloyd.
Rule 63 Lloyd. That's just disgusting.
No, it's just simple gender swap, Matt. That's all it is.
Yeah. Anyway, I switch around a bit here. And then I enter the Gacha Forest. Which I'm sure I pronounced incorrectly, but...
La Cucaracha Forest.
The Cucaracha Forest. Yes, the cockroach
I'm
forest.
sure that's how it's pronounced.
Lost the translation. Uh-oh. Whoops. Hey, fancy meeting you guys here. It is time for you to die.
I don't know about that.
Now, if we forgot elemental weapons equipped on your characters, this is still a joke, especially compared to the last one, where they're not even doing anything. The only problem is that they're going to be able to resist my damage to Lloyd because I'm not equipped with an elemental weapon, and I don't really give a rat's ass. Like I said, they're insignificant. I'm the main character. You know where this battle's going.
They don't look like they put on much of a fight anyway.
They really don't. They're too slow. But they're more of a defensive kind of warrior.
Yeah, it looks like more time and effort was placed into their armor plating than the weapons themselves.
Well, more time was placed in their armor than their offensive capabilities. Meanwhile, I just get fucking halberd banged. Tiger Rage. And that takes care of them. Hey, level up. And I don't bother cooking.
We pressed on.
Yeah, right. We have to press on toward Altessa's place.
And our reasoning for visiting Altessa is to
To get a unique key crest or to repair Presea's key crest that'll prohibit Crucius crystallization growth. Meanwhile, there are new enemies here.
50%.
Ghouls are stronger zombies. I think they can poison you as well. Boxer irises are a pain in the ass with their combo chains, because they can either uppercut you or they can hit you with a nice little 5 or 6 hit combination. Pumpkin trees just throw those pumpkin things like like orbs or fireballs, I guess the word is I could use for them.
Green Goblin.
Yeah, pretty much. Except they don't explode. They just throw pumpkins. They're no threat at all, really. They're about 2 hit combo strings at the most. A lot of the enemies in this dungeon have a very big vulnerability to fire. So that's why I equipped Sheena with the card of fire in this dungeon.
Yeah. Anybody else that could benefit from that? Does
I
Lloyd have
think
any?
if Presea had... Yes, Presea has a weapon that does double damage to plants as well. That does increased damage to plants as well. So I slapped her in for this dungeon as well. Rain, because a lot of enemies... There are also dead enemies in this dungeon that have a light weakness. So that's what Rain's here for.
And Genus has like something like Eruption.
Genus has that stuff too, and you can use him for this dungeon if you want to. I didn't feel like doing that at this point, but he's also a very good choice to have in this dungeon.
And Lloyd's physical combos is just enough to...
It's enough to cause a hit stun.
Okay.
Lloyd just hits things hard. That's all he needs to do. Oops, I missed. The tropical worms are weak to ice, but they're not really beefy enemies, so you can easily just wail on them and they die all the same.
Photon's light, right?
Huh?
Photon, that's light.
Yeah.
Okay.
This here is our sorcerer's ring function. Flashlight.
Oh, yes!
Of course, it also works like a battery.
So you gotta flick it around like, you son of a bitch.
No, you just gotta stand in the light and let it recharge. It's solar powered.
Oh, okay. That's
you
that
not-
little meter on the top left there.
Yep. Tomorrow we explore the Next week we explore the Gacha Forest, and fight Sword Dancer number 2. Oh boy. See you then.
Yeah.